Coming to you from the old Kirkwood Studios, this is Coffee and Donuts with Knuteschoolfools.
Fans are pouring onto the football field. There is an injured player down there. The coaches are around him. A 51-yard field goal by Harry Oliver. He kicked it into the wind. I watched the flag. Just as he got ready to kick, believe it or not, those flags went limp. The wind had shifted. His kick was right there, just there in time. Notre Dame with a miracle win as the clock runs out.
That's a good segue talking about other teams. Just like Gipper requested, you guys want to go through the schedule?
Yeah, who we open up with Purdue?
Purdue.
I'm pulling the schedule up here right now, but
I got it here.
when I went through the schedule, I haven't really had a chance to break it down to make my official prediction. But just going through it and looking at it, I mean, outside of, USC and Utah, like, I don't see any other game that I can look at and say, this team has more talent. This team should, we should lose to this team,
We should lose to Utah.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying we should lose to Utah. But what I'm saying is that Utah, the last 5 years, like it or not, has been top 10-ish.
The only thing I see on that schedule is
I
that
hope not.
He's got another 2 years.
from what I see on that schedule, we have 3 teams that in the past, say, 5 years, could absolutely go either way. Michigan, Boston College, and Pittsburgh could be, if things fell into place, that could be serious firepower on your schedule. But if some of the past years that have had, it could be nothing. I mean, Michigan has been 3-9, so I don't know.
They were 5-7 this year.
I know.
Okay.
I have no faith.
They bounced back.
Michigan, but we gotta look. Just look at the schedule. I mean,
Purdue. Okay, first game is what? Purdue. Right? Second game,
in
Michigan.
no world should we ever.
Purdue at home, then Michigan at home.
0.
Michigan has been down the last 2 years. Okay, we have more at least equal talent.
If it's raining and they fumble 5 punt.
Yeah, I mean, if you have 5 turnovers, but I'm saying.
No. Legitimately, we should beat them with no problem.
If you think of what Michigan threw at us this year, Tate Forsythe, come on. I mean, if you just
that's the difference between a good defense and a bad defense.
That game.
And the anomaly of that was that we
out.
just shut out Nevada the week before. And no, I mean Kaepernick, he's a dual threat. He was supposed to. Hell, Nevada was what? They were in the top 10.
Yeah, offensively.
Top 10. They were number
prior
2
year.
in offenses.
They actually got the yards
we
against
shut them
us,
out,
though.
and then
I do think we beat Michigan though because I think
we beat Michigan.
I think how close we were
All right,
in
we're
that
2-0.
Michigan
Who do we
game,
play
and
next?
they were
Michigan State.
Here's the game.
Michigan
Sparty.
State, we're always
At Michigan State.
You gotta understand, Michigan State's talent is like in the 30, 40th range. We're top 10. These guys have no business being on the field with us.
By this
It's
point,
time for
the
Michigan
guys
State.
are buying into it and they're getting hyped,
Yes,
right?
it's time for Michigan State to not be a question mark.
Here's
ever.
reality check 101. This is where the players buy in. This is where the fans are stoked about Kelly.
That's
he
in
just beat
Lansing?
Michigan. That's
Yes.
in Lansing.
We have a good record up there.
We do. But we also have a great history with them the past 10 to 15
That's
years.
a really good,
where it
like,
goes back
what
and
kind of
forth.
Notre Dame team do you have?
We'll
I want to beat
Purdue.
Michigan State
We'll sneak
50 to
sneak
0.
up to 25. We'll be right at the very end. We'll beat Michigan. We'll get us to about 22, 19, 20.
We're gonna beat Michigan
20
State.
plus or minus 2
Oh, I
two
wanna
spots.
destroy
So we'll be
Michigan
18 to
State.
22 after beating Michigan.
We're gonna beat
Michigan State will be the one that will throttle us
beat them.
either into top
So-
15-ish.
They're out of
or
it. Here's our
does-
pro-
Michigan State and Purdue are the same thing, but we have some
They
sort
are.
of emotional
They're the same
problem with
thing.
Michigan State, and
Same
we can't
talent.
get over, and that's what's driving me insane.
So I think we're 3-0. Then you got Stanford, okay? They lost Gerhardt. We gave them a game with Gerhardt
That's
and a
at
shitty
home
coach.
this year.
It's at home. Like, how can we lose to Stanford, really? I mean, Harbaugh's not even that great. So I think we're 4-0 right there. The next game is going to be one that we're going to have a little argument on at Boston College. And we've had this argument.
Backup college?
Fly and I have had this argument before. I don't hate Boston College. I don't hate them. They're a Catholic university, the only other Catholic school that
They're
plays.
an annoyance.
They're an annoyance.
I'm not hated.
They're an
I don't hate
annoyance.
them at
When they're
all.
not playing Notre Dame, I cheer for them. It's not Boston College.
Whoa.
What's your problem, man?
Whoa.
No, I mean, I'm not like a fan. I don't have a BC jersey in my house. But what I'm
We're
saying
not
is,
fighting the Nazis. I have no problem.
Cheer for Germany.
focus. But what I'm saying is people hate them because of '93.
I think, that's going to be the Kelly homecoming in Boston.
Who did
though.
BC play in the bowl? BC played who?
USC.
And USC shellacked them, right?
No, they beat him by
they
like 10.
beat him by
24,
10.
24, 14,
24,
17,
10,
17, 24, 17, 7. That was within 10.
As much as we're talking about BC, at BC, all this other stuff going on, like, I don't see us losing to BC next year. You know, I think I'm that confident in Kelly.
What's that, our 5th game?
Who
It's
the
our 5th
hell
game.
is this guy? I was going to say, then
I
why are we
agree.
4-0? We got the
Coaching.
same damn team. If
But we have
anything,
coach.
we lost the
beat
best
Boston?
receiver
Okay,
in the
Matt.
country,
Okay, Matt.
and we lost probably the number 1 quarterback in
We,
the
we,
country.
have the, we have the
Boston
same
College?
we had the same damn team, just like Urban had the same damn team as Zook when he took over when national championship. This is Pitt at home, but Pitt, you know, Wanstash, the American Mustache Institute, and this guy,
Dude,
he's
Tom
not a
Selleck
good
is
coach.
smiling somewhere.
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. But think
Yeah,
about it.
and it's his freshman
Hey, look,
running
Kelly
back.
beat him this year.
Kelly
It's his
beat him this
freshman
year.
running back who is
He's unreal. Deion
Unreal.
Lewis is ridiculous. But Kelly beat him this year with no talent. Again, maybe it's too simplistic thinking.
The skin of his teeth.
But dude,
He didn't
Pittsburgh has
beat
had our
him.
number. That the first game I ever saw Notre Dame lose in Notre Dame Stadium was
Was the
when
first
Larry
game I ever went to.
Fitzgerald.
how do you
Fitzgerald.
become a Pitts fan? Like our Pitt fan? How does that happen growing up? Like
Maybe you
Folsom
live
program?
Your
there?
dad probably works in a
Works in a
mill.
steel.
of some kind.
You took the piss, man.
Your dad is Mark May, in which you
You eat
are
a lot of
suicide
hamburger
watch?
helper.
No, dude, your
and-
dad is cold roll steel.
Look up
That's-
Wanstad's
he's
record.
top-
He's not
topping
that
out.
good.
He's
It's
mediocre,
identical
dude.
to Charlie Weiss's.
It is. It's
It's
ridiculous. It's
identical.
ridiculous.
Except
had-
he has a clue about football fundamentals and wins the
He
games.
does.
that
I don't know about
I mean, look at
that.
he runs like what offense we ran in grade school. Like he runs like a I form with the one tight end, like ace,
Yeah.
old school.
But you got to look at the program sometime. Like I don't think that Pittsburgh, like they're not calling. They seem very comfortable.
Hey, that's the difference between Pittsburgh and Notre Dame.
You're listening to Coffee and Donuts with Knuteschoolfools.
Hey, I'm back. What are we, 8-0 now?
No, we're actually debating why we're undefeated.
Are we playing Navy at this point?
All I'm saying is last year, for better or for worse, we had a quarterback who had taken a lot of lumps and he knew what was going on. I'm not talking about chemistry. I'm simply talking about the fact that the guy
Experience.
probably didn't pee down his leg in
Hey.
the first game.
Where we at?
Obviously, we're going to beat Western Michigan.
Obviously,
right?
we're beating
1,
Navy.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
We are beating
7.
Navy.
So we're 7-0 at this point. We beat Navy.
Yeah, if we lose to Navy, we're talking
In the
about
Meadowlands,
how
or
is
it's not in the
interim
Meadowlands.
coach Chuck Martin gonna do if we lose to Navy. So
Okay, so we're 8-0 in Tulsa at home. 9-0
we get to Utah.
at home.
Tulsa and Utah are both famous for killing big programs.
Well, no,
aren't they?
Tulsa's not as bad, but Utah. Is,
Tulsa 2 years ago was that bad. They were 11-0.
Tulsa is, or I'm sorry, not Tulsa, but Utah, in my opinion. And Whittingham has shown that he can win big games and play. I mean, they've been a top 10 team since Urban's been there off and on. I mean, they've been in that.
They beat Alabama
And
last
they
year
beat
in the bowl
Alabama.
game.
Yeah, they beat Alabama. I mean, this team
Beat
is.
Oklahoma a couple years ago.
They're good. I mean, if you're going to put an L, I'm going to put an L on Utah. I didn't say I was
This is
predicting
the-
us to lose. I'm
this
saying
is the-
if you're going to
This is the week we drop. We've run all the way up to the top 5 and we lose to Utah.
I say we win 10 games minimum.
We would be 9-1 if we lose to Utah.
Okay, keep going.
Beat Army
beat Army.
Oh, yeah.
at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
10-1
And we pick up
No
3
offense
recruits.
to the troops.
and 10-1 going out to Southern Cal.
Is this Kelly's first trip out there?
Yes. First place.
But
First
if
trip
we
west of
if
the
we go
Mississippi,
out if
probably.
we go out
No, no,
there
no, I mean in
if
his
we go out there
coaching
10
career.
and 1, if we go out there 10 and 1, we will hang with them because if you have a 10 and 1 Notre Dame team,
don't
it's
wanna-
not a fluke.
I don't want to hang, man.
Hold on,
don't
hold
wanna
on,
hang
hold
anymore.
on. What was our Sugar Bowl record or our Fiesta Bowl record when we played Ohio State or LSU? Anybody?
We weren't 10 and 1.
Right, but we were a 9-win team.
But you also got to understand who we
Which
played.
one of those years did we hang with USC?
We played 3 teams. We played 3 teams the first year with a winning record. That ended with a winning record.
Okay, my
we played
diff-
nobody.
Okay, does it look similar to this?
The schedule coming up here.
Yeah,
That's
the one we just
no,
reviewed.
that's a great point, and that's what I'm saying. Because what is Michigan next year? What
Okay.
is
What's
Boston
us at
College?
9
What's
or 10
What's
wins?
Pittsburgh
Who
next
cares?
year?
My point is, who cares? I don't. If he runs the table, let's say he goes undefeated and he goes to the national championship game and loses by 50. I don't care. That I would be. If you told me we're going to the national championship game next year, I would be so happy. Guys, we have been awful for 20 years, and if you told me we're going to go to a BCS game, let alone the national championship game next year, even if we lose, it's his first year. I'm thrilled.
Weiss went to BCS
Thank
games his
you.
first 2 seasons.
Welcome back as a fan. We've been to BCS games when you weren't a fan, and we got smoked. Okay, I don't want to go to a BCS game. I want back to national prominence. I want to be the best damn team in the country.
It's not gonna
for
happen
5,
That's
10 years.
unrealistic.
All right, man.
Anyway.
That's it. So we win or lose.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good point though. Would you rather have him start? Would you rather have him basically have a down, not down
I'd
year,
rather
but like
win
a
every
mediocre
game from
season?
here on out. Ever.
Yeah, okay. Great.
How about that?
But I think
Why
that
didn't you think of
in
that?
5 years from now, we're 55-1.
You're listening to Coffee and Donuts with Knuteschoolfools. Play hard and go to mass.